Dear Sagittarius, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot into your monthly intuitive tarot reading for April. Sagi, I hope you're well. Let's see what may be on the cards for you for the month. I'm getting started here with the Sacred Power reading cards. We'll now go to the Work-Your-Lot Oracle. I'll then be going to the Moonchild Tarot for a lead tarot energy and using the Rider-Waite and the Star Child Tarot Akashic for the tarot positions. Just to let you know, Sagi, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. All the links are below the video, including the link to my website, should you want to arrange a personal reading with me. Alright, let's see what we've got. Intimacy. Some of you might be experiencing deeper levels of connection with others, be it with family, with colleagues, with lovers, or some of you might be beginning to call in that soulmate, that perfect partner. Could also be a deeper connection with yourself, self-love through self-care. And I've got sacred wisdom, Sagi. This really is about, tuning in so we can hear the messages that come through from the source, but also our own wisdom. And we do that by slowing down. When we're rushing and scrolling and watching and all those things, we are really just distracted. So it's really hard to kind of hear and tune into those messages. So maybe time to slow down a bit this month if possible and tune into the divine. Because there may be a call that is trying to come through for you to answer. It could be to move towards a person, a place, a career. It says, what is your soul calling you to do here, Sagi? Some people have the feeling that there's something else that they need to be doing. There's a greater purpose for them. But I do get asked a lot, what should I do if I don't know what that is? How do I find it? And I have a couple of pieces of advice. The first one being, begin removing what doesn't feel right in your life. What's not in alignment, what's not serving you, what feels like it's just a really big burden on you each time you turn to it. And the other one is to look in the area of where your natural talents align with your skills, right? That's kind of like that blue flame. That's where the flame burns the hottest. And that's if it's a career move to you, for many of you it is. Where's the natural pull? And do you have the skills and abilities to be able to make it happen? If not, how can you fill those gaps? Okay, Sagi, let's go to... Okay, well, shall we take the two tarot cards that are basically right on the stack there? Okay, I have got Divine Wisdom and the Four of Cups. Now, this is interesting because we had Sacred Wisdom as well. This is an extra major arcana in this deck. So it's really saying that there could be a greater divine call that is trying to guide you at the moment. And I really feel like it's trying to guide you out of this Four of Cups kind of energy. The Four of Cups can be a lot about, arriving at a time in your life where you're feeling a little bit discontent. Disconnected maybe? Could be disconnected and you're wanting a greater sense of intimacy and joy and love in your life. It is kind of that energy where we sort of made the decision that we potentially want to transition, but we haven't really answered the call or taken the steps towards us yet. So we're kind of in that little slightly apathetic, kind of even bored and over it sort of mode. So really it says there's a bigger dream on your heart and it's time, Sagi, to begin that transition. Listen to the divine wisdom that is coming through within, because there really is, keys in there to help you move forward. Okay, let's go to the tarot here. In fact, we'll make some room first, Sagi, and see if we can get more information on this story. So I'm beginning with the energy of the recent past, what has led you to the situation unfolding here today, if this is your reading. So I do find myself slurring a little bit at the moment, Sagi. I've been taking antibiotics and let's just say they do impact things, and I'm finding that they do impact my speech and my ability to think clearly sometimes. Doesn't seem to impact the intuition though, but just kind of getting the message out in words. Okay, let's go for Three of Wands. Yes, I knew it. You've been considering a new path. one that's going to bring you joy and emotional connection and fulfillment, but we haven't taken the fundamental step yet. Let's go for the blocks. What is blocking you from stepping over the line? Oh, okay. Probably because there's a bit of a heavy heart, there's a little bit of grieving, you might have to leave someone or something behind that you do have a lot of feelings for. Advice from Spirit or Tarot, 5 of Cups. Well, if we can sit in that energy of that grieving for too long, you know, we will miss the opportunities of the new. Let's get the outcome. 5 of Wands. We'll have to get the clarifiers for that, SAGI, because we don't want to go down the fives path. Clarifying 3 of Wands. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, you can feel that there's great success on the new path. Absolutely. But what's stopping you? The Moon. Yeah. You don't know how it's all going to pan out. The Death card. Yes. It's called transformation in that particular deck. 2 of Swords in the outcome. The Universe, which is the world energy. Okay, do we need any more? No, I actually don't think we do. Okay, SAGI, so there is most definitely a bigger call that is trying to reach you. This is a general reading, guys, and if you know about my readings, I don't sort of pin them into like just love, just career, unless, you know, it's all cups and lovers or something like that. So what I'm really seeing here is that there's a discontentment in your present situation. That can come in many forms. It can be boredom. It can be that you're not having your emotional needs met. It can be that you've got a burning deeper wish or desire or purpose for your life that you feel like you're not fulfilling. It can be that we've sold out in our career. We've sold out in our creative pursuits, right? Not doing that art, not doing that music. So it's all those kinds of things, and you're being called to reconnect with that bigger wish, right? And it's a creative, you know, it's number 3. It's asking you to create the new here. So that's what I'm seeing. And I think you've had the insight, you've had the intuition, but I think that there is something holding you back in the transitioning. And it's always often like that, guys, because there can be fear of the unknown, and that, you know, we don't really know how it's all going to play out. So sometimes it's easier to stay where we are. So what's led you up to now is, I feel a burning kind of feeling that there is some great success lying somewhere for you elsewhere. Not only success, but you know that you can do better, look better, be more confident, be more independent, be magnetic, if you kind of maybe take some steps out of the situation that you're in now. So the 3 of Wands says that, you know, you're kind of at that crossroads where you have begun the process of disengaging from where you are. That's very clear with that 4 of Cups energy, because it's not cutting it, it's not doing it for you. So you've decided that you don't want more of that. You are really looking to the future, and you're feeling the successes and achievements, like you can almost taste it, but you haven't taken that big inspired action, that big leap or step sort of over the boundary, over the comfort zone is what I'm feeling. But my goodness, I feel like you're getting ready. And the cards are saying, like, it might just be, you know, one inspired action where you really make a fundamental move towards your passions and your desires and begin creating whatever this is that you're being called towards. Excuse me. Because the 9 of Pentacles is really that butterfly emerging card. It is a card of success, quality, luxury. It is one step away from the 10 of Pentacles. So it's about abundance, stability, security, and living your best life. And it really says that you actually have everything you need to do this, SAGI. You don't need the help or the guidance of anyone else. So my question to you is, you know, what are you waiting for? What is holding you back? And then we go to the next cards. The blocks, obstacles, and challenges from you stepping over the line and making the next move. 6 of Swords and the Moon. For a start, there has to be some kind of transition, relocation, move, where I feel that there is some sense of grief or sorrow in this reading. So you might, for example, need to end a relationship. Obviously, you're going to hurt someone. You're going to have some difficult conversations. There might be the dismantling of a home or household situation. In the workplace, you might love the colleagues and, all the kind of friendship and fun that you have at work, but you just know you can't, achieve the long-term plan and goal financially and your progression, all of that where you are. So it's like, well, with a heavy heart, I need to move on, but I will grieve for this. But there's a sense that if we want to move towards everything the number 6 has to offer, the joy, the harmony, and the balance and the smooth sailing, then we need to make that transition. The moon here, which is the card of Pisces, says to me that another block to moving on is that we don't really know, what really lies in the future and how it's going to play out. At the moment, we're in the comfort zone, we're in the known, but the step into the unknown obviously holds, fears and anxieties, sometimes paranoia with the moon energy of how it will play out, how it will be. Are we making the right decision? So the answer is to really listen to your intuition and your subconscious, because I really feel like you are being pulled in this direction. The moon is often a card of hidden blessings, so it can say that, there is a hidden blessing in it. You just don't quite know exactly what it is or how it's going to play out yet. Advice from Spirit or Tarot, 5 of Cups, Transformation, which is the Death card. Number 13, card of Scorpio from the Major Arcana. Well, it's pretty clear, guys, there might be some grieving for what you're letting go, but the only way to transform your situation is to allow it to die, release it, purge it, and surrender to what is unfolding for you now. If we kind of, really get focused on what we're leaving behind, what hasn't worked out, what we're abandoning, we can hold ourselves in this kind of shroud of negativity, of depression, of sadness, of being stuck, and we can miss the new opportunities that are wanting to come through. So the message here in the 5s, and we've got the 5 of Wands as well, is accept the past and what has transpired up until now. We can't do anything about it. We can't change it. What we can do is make good decisions in the now moment that will shape your future, right? We can't change the past, but we can create the future. And the future is created in the now, what you choose now, what you do now. And the future the circumstance, that you find yourself in right now was created because of your decisions from the past. So it's time to make a good decision so that we can end up at a different 10. Which 10 do you want to end up at? Well, I think it's the 10 of Pentacles, not a 10 of Swords or something like that. So the Death card, it's time to clear the slate, allow the season in your life that is ready to complete, so that you can usher in the new. And in this particular Death card, we see someone who's coming out of the chamber, coming out of a sense of constriction in their life, rising up, emerging, going towards the light. There's a sense of liberation here. And that's the feeling, that transforms your life. The outcome, the World, 5 of Wands, and the 2 of Swords. I feel like if we stay where we are, we're going to go into the 5 of Wands energy, which, it's conflict, internal or external. It can be pettiness, but it's also a card of just, for me, this is my personal interpretation of this card, of like just bad use of energy leaks, or time, effort, and energy and precious resources just wasted, right? You can see this like unconstructive kind of behavior going on here. So it's really time to harness your energy and funnel it towards getting onto this new path for you that's going to help you answer the call. So the World, or the universe here, Sagi, is the last card in the Major Arcana. It follows on from the Judgment energy. So we do have a sense of judgment over what has kept you small, what has held you constricted, and it asks you, really, the Judgment energy, are you going around for another cycle? Or are you moving this across to grand completion, the World energy? Well, we have that last card here. So the Tarot is kind of saying, consider that this karmic contract is finished. This life lesson has been learned. You've progressed as far as you needed to in this job. you've gotten what you needed to out of this relationship, whatever it is for you, and you can now progress to your next chapter, and that is the victory. You've made it, you've arrived. But what that is going to open up for you is potentially a crossroads, some decisions that need to be made. And the Two of Swords really asks you to choose wisely and not allow your emotions to sway your decision making. Use your intuition, your sacred knowledge and wisdom, as well as the fact and logic of what you really know about the situation to help guide you forward. And that is how you will find a sure footing on the new path. But when we are closing out a big chapter in our lives, Saggy, absolutely we will be faced with some big decisions and some what nows. But just keep in mind, it's those decisions that you make now that create your future. So just make sure that you are choosing with an open heart, not from emotional responses, reactions, and triggers. And that will have you, moving ahead and back on your best karmic timeline. There we have it, Saggy. That is your intuitive message for April, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I wish you all the best with it if this is your reading. Do keep in mind, as a general reading for the collective, it may or may not be for you. Feel free to drop me a comment if you're called to share. I do read them all, guys, and I try to interact with you all over there as well. Helps me get to know you guys, connect with your energy, and see what's happening in the collective. Has been a pleasure, Saggy. I will see you back here for another one really soon. Bye for now.